Go live. Hey, how's everybody doing? Let's see. Wigwag's the first one in here. Lynn McCurdy, how are you doing? And then John, Schuylkill River, Joe Rader, Dwight, and that's it. Oh, Distant Caboose. How are you doing?
7, it says.
Yeah. Hey, there's Pappy. How's
Happy!
it going? Look who's with me,
John.
Uncle Wilmer.
Hiya, John.
Uncle Wilmer's going to be moderating this evening.
Yeah, I'm going to get into my moderating mode here. There we
go. Good to see everybody so far. Mine's showing 6 people. I don't know.
Well, it was 7. Somebody must have left. There's Ethan Armitage.
Hey, Ethan, how are you doing?
Boxcar Jerry.
Jerry, good to see you. I liked your little thing, Jerry, on the park you went to, showing the settlement. That was pretty interesting. Jerry did a little video on a Swedish settlement that's in a park. I guess the buildings are there, you know.
Jim Tedesco. How you doing tonight, Jim?
Hey, Jim, how's it going?
Hey, Jim, I got those stickers you sent me. That's pretty cool. Thank you, buddy.
Hey, Tom, Split Rock, how's it going?
Yeah.
Now we jumped up to 14. How about that?
16. I got. No, that's 14. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh. Wilmer needs new glasses.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. That's why I have to get up close like this and everybody sees the top of my head.
Yeah.
You know?
Just put something on it so the light doesn't reflect off of it. That's all.
It's too hot here today.
Here too. Hey, Kyle Stevens, how you doing? Good to see you in here.
Let me do that.
Yes, I did, Jerry. I enjoyed my trip immensely. I had a great time, especially well, I had a great time with my sister and all, but you know, doing the train show thing was and all the rail fanning I did was just fantastic. It's great to meet all these YouTubers that we never get to see in person, so it was great to see them all.
You ought to tell them. Oh, you weren't with me when that fella asked. Hey, there was a guy that was had a booth there.
Oh, right, no, go ahead and tell it, because
by where we all met up. I mean, we had Sparky there. We had Ray Bobel. There was, we had
Ken Amos was there.
Yeah, Ken Amos. There was a whole bunch of us.
And Dave and myself.
We had a little crowd there, and we were all gathered around and all goofing off and handshaking, hugging, all the good stuff. Joe Rader was there. We had all these guys there going at it. And later on in the train show, I was coming back up there so I could sit down for a little bit and rest. Because it was right over by the food court, and that's where all the tables and the chairs were. And as we were walking up there, this guy goes, "Hey, come here." And I went over to him, and he had his booth there, and he goes, "What was all you guys that were, you all seem to know each other?" I said, "Well, we kind of do. We're all friends, you know." And he says, "Do you belong to a club or something?" I said, "Yeah, it's called YouTube." I said, "We're all just YouTubers, and we all our interests are all in trains." and we decided to all meet up and meet each other. I said we had one guy there from Texas, another guy there from Canada, and he's going, really? He says, what's the name of your channel? So I told him that I had one of my shirts on. I said, I told him the name of my channel. He said, how do I get involved with that? I said, well, you come on in and start watching our videos. Go to a couple of the live streams and just jump in. And I said, you'll become part of the family, eventually. Speak up. Speak up. Let us know you're around. So he did. He joined my channel. I came home and I found out he joined my channel. And he does comment on he did comment on one of my videos. So there you go.
There you go. That's cool.
But people do notice us when we all get together. I guess we are kind of. I was in stealth mode. Nobody had ever noticed me.
No, nobody would ever.
I'm so quiet and everything, and so.
Oh man!
But we
I hope your nose ain't growing.
It's already too big as it is.
Yeah.
So, but we had a really good
time. Heath is in here. How's it going, Heath?
How's it going, Heath?
Yes, rambunctious. That's a good word. That's how. That's Wilmer, especially. You should see him, man.
No. I only make faces when I get pinched.
Yeah. That is so funny. Oh, man. Dave, BNSF, how are you doing? It's good to see everybody in here. I don't have any special announcements because it's all over till next year. Oh, I plan on doing it again next year. It was too much fun.
Ain't this week? This weekend the Sparky's big
yes
get together.
Yeah. So whoever's going to Colorado to be there, have safe travels.
Sparky was looking for somebody to ride with him. Did he find somebody? Do you know?
Hey, Martin, how's it going? Sparky's leaving tomorrow.
Leaving tomorrow.
Hey. Yes, Wilmer is so tiny that, you just don't see him. He just passes through a crowd and you never can see him. I mean, you just miss him. And he doesn't talk to people. He's very shy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I ever got on YouTube because I was just too shy.
Yes, I
speak my opinions. And
yeah.
There's Dave BNSFN Scaler. How you doing?
Yep. I think I said hi to Dave.
Martin Searsma.
Yep. And there's Roy.
Roy.
Hey, guys and gals and Robert. What does that mean?
You ain't one of them alphabet people, are you?
Oh, man. I must be the plus.
That might be. Plus a crow.
Yeah. Oh, man. So tonight,
hi, a wig-bag.
I had somebody ask me after I mentioned on my video about my train show haul that I had to change some numbers on some cars, and so I thought that's what I would do tonight. In case you've never changed the road numbers on your freight cars, and this would hey, trackside Mike, and this would this also goes, of course, for locomotives as well. So I thought I would do that as much as I could. I actually have 3 freight cars here, believe it or not. Each of different manufacturers. And so I can show us how to how different manufacturers react with certain things. That's why I wanted to do. I want to do more than just one. We'll get to the decaling in a minute, but so the first one that I actually have to change the number on is this. This is a Katie, and I have bought. This is my third one of this particular one, and I don't know why Katie is not good about making different road numbers. So, oh man, go away, Roy. Put him in the basement. Put him in some kind of timeout. Oh man, it's 1976 right now. It's 1976. I don't know how you're seeing me, some kind of time warp, but that's all it is here. It's 1976 in this room right now. So, tuna can, whoever tuna can is.
Dwight.
So I'm going to remove the road number, the 1650 off of here, and we're going to put a different number. This particular car was a 1600 series. KCS had 1600 to 1699. Yeah, it was, Jim, in this series. So anything's going to be 1600. Now, what I could do is just remove the last two numbers, but I'm going to remove the whole 1650 road number and then use decals.
Let me ask. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you going to put a number from out of your book in there?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
That's how I know.
You can tell everybody about your book too.
Yeah, so I have a freight car book, and you can actually, I've seen a bunch of them on eBay. Yeah, I know what you meant, Roy. It doesn't matter. I have a freight car guide from 1976, but you can get them for most any year on eBay, and it shows every railroad in every freight car series that they had and what type of car it is and the size of the car and all that kind of stuff. So this particular car was in a series of 1600 to 1699, so I'm going to use a 1600 number. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Sparky, how's it going? Oh, man. So you can do, now I called Katie and asked them, they print their lettering with ink, they said. And they said to use acetone to get it off. You can certainly use acetone, but acetone's a little aggressive. If there's any underlying paint, it's going to take that off as well. So instead of acetone, I'm just going to start with, the best thing to start with to try is 91% isopropyl alcohol, at least 91%. If you can get it higher, better.
But I don't think I've ever seen it higher.
Yeah, I think in other countries they sell it higher, but 91% is how they sell it in the U.S. is the highest.
The time I saw higher, it was sold out in the woods. And
yeah, that's right.
And there was guys look kind of scrupulous selling it.
Yeah. 99's fine, but it's just 91's easier to get in the grocery store. You can get 91 or 99, whatever you can find. That's but anything 91, or I wouldn't go down as low as 70. It's too diluted. So just use 91 or better. So I could, like I said, I can use acetone if I want, but acetone, and for some stubborn stuff, you might have to use acetone. Yep, 99's fine. So acetone will take anything off. So the thing is, it might take off the paint underneath. So the best thing to do is to start with the isopropyl and go up from there. Another thing that you can use, and I use this when I've got a large area, and Split Rock, Thomas at Split Rock turned me on to this, is this one of these air erasers you can get at Harbor Freight. They're fairly cheap. I don't think they're much. $49.
An air eraser?
Yep. So it comes with the medium, and you just hook it up to your compressor, and you just use it like a sandblaster, basically. But the medium's very fine, so it doesn't rough up the surface. So.
Not to put you on the spot or anything, but would something like that cost to Harbor Freight?
Yeah, it was either $39 or $49. I can't remember.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Yeah. So I used it to actually. I had a locomotive that I had to get the finish off of, and this is what I used, and it just worked wonders.
But now that would be good for stripping the paint off of a car.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
The only thing I can say when you use this, do wear a dust mask, okay? Because you are going to breathe this fine dust into your nose if you don't wear a mask. So make sure you've got a what do they call those? What do they call this mask with the little filters on them?
I don't know. I don't wear masks.
I don't either, but it's some kind of number. Something.
I know the regime and empowered like always.
Yeah, not for that reason.
Oh.
Yeah, a respirator, but I'm saying it's a something 90. What is it? Oh, I can't remember.
Hi, Chasco.
Chasco, what's up? Yeah, N95. Thanks, Jim. Yeah, because the compound is extremely fine, and you will breathe it in. So make sure you wear a mask. Good, Ethan's back. All right. So what I'm going to start off with, before I go on to my Katie car, let's see what happens when I try an Athearn Blue Box. Okay.
Why don't you turn your
yeah, let me change cameras. Hold on. All right. So let me move the camera over here. All right, so I am going to wet the Q-tip, and I'm just going to use a Q-tip. You could probably use anything. And I'm going to see what it does to the print on this Athearn Blue Box. Now, I've stripped Athearn Blue Boxes with isopropyl alcohol, so let's see how much I can do without eating into the paint. See, it is taking some of the paint off. So, but sometimes you just can't help that. Sometimes you're just going to have to bite the bullet and accept that it's going to take the paint off. Just don't dig into it very much. Now, I know some people have used Solvaset. They'll brush it on there and wait a little while and then brush it on there again and use a piece of masking tape. I just haven't had much luck with that method. But you can try that as well. Try the Solvaset if you want. But I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna try to take this, and the reason is I kind of want this boxcar, but in my era it didn't have the Southern Belle logo still on it. Yeah, Joe, I know that's how it is. Yeah, Roy, it is taking the paint off under the lettering. So, and like I said, sometimes you're just going to have to accept that it does that. But I don't think it's going to take enough off of it to make a difference. especially since the underlying color is about the same as the paint color. So, but you'll notice it is taking it off, the isopropyl, and it might be better to let it soak a little while as well, and then try to come back and take it again. So we know that using isopropyl will work on an Athearn blue box. It's just going to take a little while. Like I said, if you've got a large area, you might even want to use that air eraser. All right. I am going to let that sit just a little while so you can see what it looks like after it dries. Now, this is this. Okay, that's good to know, Tom.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah, I see that. Yeah, so Roy, nail polish remover is acetone, and I have some of that here, and it'll take it off real quick. There's no doubt. If you wanna see how acetone does, I will use acetone on my Athearn blue box there. So I will do part of it with acetone, and acetone's just gonna.
And it just downright takes it right out of there,
right
don't
off. It? Yeah.
There ain't no muss, no fuss. It's just gone.
It's gone. So, but you can see what it does to it underneath.
Yeah.
So that's the problem with acetone. Now, let me try on an AccuRail boxcar. This is an AccuRail if you want to renumber it. I am going to try the isopropyl. And like I said, anything's going to take off the paint underneath. It's just how aggressively it does.
Well,
the
acetone, I'd be a little bit worried about it eating the plastic.
Yeah, well, with as little bit as you're putting on there, it doesn't seem to ever affect the plastic. You know, if you're just putting it on with a Q-tip. Now, if you soaked it in acetone, it would eventually eat up the plastic. But
hi, Ray.
Who's here?
Ray Bernstein.
Oh, hey, Ray, how's it going?
Or Burning Cell. Sorry about that, Ray.
Let it soak for about 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, he's using 91%, Roy.
Now you can see how much, though, it's taken off. Even the isopropyl's taken off of the. I think it's had some weathering on it, though. So that's really probably the weathering that somebody. And I didn't put the weathering on; somebody else did. Yeah. See, I let that soak for just a couple minutes on the AccuRail car.
It seems like it almost took it off by itself, didn't it?
Yep. And now it's just coming right off without destroying the paint around it too much.
Would it help Robert, if you took tape and put over the lettering underneath that you don't want to really remove?
Yeah, and I was going to mention that. I think thanks for bringing that up. You can absolutely put tape over the lettering that you don't want to pull up. The only thing you got to be careful of is something soaks under the tape.
Oh,
When you
pull
pull
the
it up,
tape
it's
up.
going to pull the lettering up with it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, there's
now,
really no other alternative, though, is there?
no.
Uh,
So the only alternative is not to scrub on the lettering that you want to leave. So usually if you don't scrub on the lettering you want to leave, it won't come up. So you can see now on this AccuRail car, and you got to understand that somebody had weathered this, so it's not as bad as it looks. So now I've removed where it said MP and then had the middle two numbers.
so what decals do you get to replace the numbers and lettering?
So you can get in almost anything. You know, I've got a bunch of different micro scale decals, and I'm going to be using those. This is actually for KCS locomotives, but it's got the numbers on it that I need, so I can use those. Now, oh, how about that? The cat's in the picture.
I thought maybe you locked them out tonight.
No. So now the only other thing you want to be careful of is once you get everything cleaned off, and you can see my Athearn Blue Box, you can see where the acetone was, but you can also see where I've just taken off with the alcohol part of it. And it came on and left the finish underneath, whereas the acetone took the finish off. So if you want to do a quick job, acetone will work for you, but you're going to be repainting it. And you know what? If you do this, Sparky. If you do something like this and happen to take off paint, do it on an entire panel. Okay, I'm gonna do some acetone here on this blue box again. Now, if I do this entire panel and only this panel, now I can go back and repaint just that panel. I can mask it off and repaint the panel with a color that's, you know, as close as I can get to this. And then once you weather it, you'll never know the difference. So so if you make a mistake, that's a good way to touch it up. Like I said, what I'll do is then I'll go back in, mask this off, repaint it, and then it'll be fine.
He has a book, Heath, that has all of the boxcar numbers that were in service in 1976.
Yeah.
No matter what road name.
Yep, for every railroad. So like I said, once I've got this done, I can just mask this off and repaint it boxcar red and then go from there. The MP I didn't have to worry about. So you see I took off the lettering here with the alcohol, and it just left a nice clean surface. Now, the good thing about some boxcars, it'll leave a nice shiny surface. If the surface is not shiny, then what you want to do, you want to hit it with a coat of gloss lacquer to make sure you got a good surface for your decals. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Katie car. And also, one of the other things, if you want to be a little more particular, where did I put them? You can get these at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. Are these little Q-tips, and you can be a little more detailed with these using that little tip.
Heath wants to know, in your book, do they take cars that were in service in 1976, but there was cars that were built in the 50s and the 60s, and they're all in there?
Any car that's on the railroad.
It's a thick book, Heath. I've seen the book. There you go. Rail Artist has it. Those books are known as the official guide of the U.S. Railroad, or something to that effect. He has one from 1971.
Yeah, and you can get them. You can get them on eBay. They've got tons of them on eBay right now, and you can get them for whatever year is available on eBay. So, and I'm sure people put them on here and there. So I'm going to rub on this a little bit with alcohol.
He thought it was a book you put together.
No. It's like called the official freight car guide or something.
Sparky said you'll photocopy all the Conrail pages.
I can if you want me to, Sparky. I'd be glad to do it.
And Penn Central.
Yeah, but that happens to be the same page.
And New York Central.
That's all the same page. Because at that point in October '76,
Conrail bought them all.
Conrail had bought all of those railroads. So
it is a thick book.
Yeah, the Penn Central, New York Central, Pennsylvania is all listed under Conrail.
What kind of car is that?
Huh?
Is that your KD car?
Yes, this is the Katie car. This is the one I'm actually going to put decals on.
Oh, I thought you was going to put them on other ones too.
No, I don't think we have time.
Well, there's no Heath tonight. You can take all the time you want.
So Heath's not doing his live stream?
No, he's getting ready to go to Greeley.
Oh, Heath, I thought you were still going to do your live stream. But that's okay. Okay, so then not that I would worry about Heath anyway. Yeah, and when you're
I need to stand it corrected. He says he is going on tonight.
Oh.
But no one's going to watch.
Yeah. Hey, there's Dave. How you doing,
Hey,
Dave?
Dave, how's it going, buddy? Missed you
Ron.
Saturday.
Ron.
Ron VR. And all that fake news.
All right, I should have probably just used a regular Q-tip for this one. But if you've got a small area, then those little pointy ones are great.
You're not going to Greeley. I thought you was going to Greeley. Oh, that's Roy. Yeah, I thought you was going to Greeley. I don't know. You guys got me so confused.
Yeah.
It's been one of those days.
Okay, good thing about Kadee cars is they are very shiny, and I don't have to worry about putting a gloss coat of lacquer on them before I put the number.
And that decal come off pretty good too, didn't it?
Yep. And when you're doing this, I'm not going to do this on camera because it's going to take too long. But don't forget the ends of the box car.
Railwater said that book was published monthly.
Was it monthly? I didn't know it was monthly. I thought it was twice a year, but yeah, it was. But that's good to know. I did not know it was published monthly.
You'll have to get for all the months in 1976.
No, I just need October because that's when my time is set.
Is yours October?
Yep.
Okay.
It is. So there we go.
Fine.
You'll notice no more number.
Yeah. It did a pretty good job there.
It did. And here's the other side. So all I need to do now is get my number sheet and cut my numbers out, and I'm good to go. Luckily, the reason I'm using this sheet is because there is a 1600 series number altogether. And you know what? Before I do this, oh, good, my visor's here because this white numbers on this light green background are hard to see.
Boy, I thought for sure you already had your visor on.
Now I do.
Have a safe trip, Sparky.
Yep.
Everybody that's going. We want you all back safely.
So when you're cutting out decals, cut them as close to the numbers as you can. You can either use a sharp pair of scissors or an X-Acto knife. If you use an X-Acto knife, make sure it's a new blade. Luckily, in this decal set, I have 1615 is all together. So since I got a nice shiny surface to apply it to, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to soak the decal for 20 or 30 seconds. And I'm going to put some of my 60% Solvaset, and this is the same as putting micro set.
So what did you would you just water it down to make it 60%?
Yeah, just plain old tap water. Plain old tap water. Here's my little decal. I'm going to get have a toothpick here. So I'm going to use this little toothpick to test it. You want to wait until it slides easily off the backing. Like I say though, if the surface isn't shiny, put a gloss coat on it.
Hi, Waycross. Says hi to you.
Hi, Waycross. The what number? All right. I don't know what number he means either, Sparky. All right, there it slides real easily. All I got to do now is make sure it's lined up properly.
I didn't see you measuring there. You might have one side, a micrometer a little bit higher than the other.
Yeah, it's probably straighter than the guys who actually painted the numbers. Believe me. And if you look closely, you can see some really What does the DF mean? It means damage free. I don't know, Tom.
Damage free.
Yeah, that's exactly what
it isn't what you was thinking, Thomas. That's terrible.
Did somebody ask what that means?
Yeah, Thomas.
Oh, I didn't know if he was.
He said, "What does the DF mean? I hope it doesn't mean the fist word."
First word isn't dumb. No, it doesn't mean that. No.
My.
Man. You can dress them up, but you can't take them out, huh?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
All right. So there you can see my number is in place, and I will let it dry a few minutes. Put the other side on. Yeah. Like I say, my 60% stuff is the same as if you would buy Solvaset. So the full strength, or not Solvaset, but Microset, sorry. Microset is just diluted microsol is all it is.
Yes, Heath, you're going to have to shave because you'd be off balance if you had more hair on your face than you did on top of your head.
All right. So I've let the number soak for a little while. I'm going to set it here.
He took it off. Didn't you watch him take the numbers off, Sparky? Oh.
So you can use a toothpick or the back edge of an X-Acto blade or whatever you want to slide the decal off. So just like I said, just wait till it slides off easily. So after you take it out of the water, let it sit there for a few seconds to loosen up. Yeah, so a lot of box cars had loaders, DF loaders they were called, that protected the shipment from being damaged. And so when a box car had that loader, there was a DF on the side of it. Righty. Sliding off easily off of the paper, I think. And if you want to irritate your wife, leave these little decal backing papers all over the living room floor when you're doing this.
Bob Ainsworth says he's always used a wet, very small brush, a good brush.
Yep. You can use that. Hi, Bob. I didn't know you were in here. All right. So you can use a Q-tip or a little paper towel to blot it.
Thomas wants to know if you're changing the little numbers on the ends too.
I am, but I'm not going to do that tonight on the video because we just don't have time.
Oh, really? You got 15 minutes yet.
All right, so now I have the one on that side. Okay, the one on this side is dry enough. Usually I wait, 20 or 30 minutes and let it dry. But I'm not going to wait that long because we don't have that kind of time. And Steve 87th would wonder why we're watching decals dry.
I don't think he's in here tonight.
Oh, he's not. Well, we don't have to.
I don't think he's in here to make those kind of comments.
So now I'm going to use the full strength Solvaset, which is the same as Microsol. And just brush it on there. That just kind of melts the decal into the finish. And sometimes you'll see decals will wrinkle up while this Solvaset or the Microsol is working. Don't touch them. They'll flatten back out on their own. So just let them do what they need to do. But the microsol or the full strength Solvaset will really make it adhere to the paint. So you don't want to touch it while it's working.
Yeah, Sparky, give him a hug for me. Try to do it like the way I would.
Thank you, Rail Artist.
I think so. I found it interesting.
But yes, I will change the numbers on the end as well. I just didn't, because the numbers on the end, I don't have in sequence. So I'm going to have to put each individual number on.
That could be your next month's show.
Yeah, and it'll take me a month. That's so I just don't have time to do that tonight. All right, I'm going to turn this over and do the same thing on the other side. Full strength. And when you're putting the micro sol on or the full strength Solvaset, you kind of want to dab it more than brush it because you don't want to disturb the decal. Especially if you've got it just straight. And then once all of this dries,
Will that microsol affect the other decals that that were already on?
Nope.
No. Okay.
No, because they're actually printed on. Manufacturers don't use decals. They actually print the stuff on the cars. So when you once you've done this, you want to put a gloss clear coat on it, and you don't have to spray the entire car. You can just spray the spot where you put the decal on.
Yeah.
Gloss clear coat it, and then but you got to wait till after it fully dries, a couple hours at least. And then I actually wait overnight before I do it. Put a gloss clear coat, then once that dries, put a flat clear coat on it.
I got to admit, you made that look pretty easy.
It is easy.
Yeah, he says you.
For this particular car is a Katie car, and also I did an Accurail car, Bob. I used 91% isopropyl alcohol. So you can see where I took. This car had some weathering painted on it. This is just an old car I had. I got it at a train show for like $5 or something. But I used 91% isopropyl on a Q-tip. For some things, they won't come off as easily. This is an Athearn Blue box, and right here I was using isopropyl, and it was coming off, but it was taking a while. Over here I used acetone, and you can see it took the paint off. And what I was saying earlier is if you do take the paint off like this, just take it off of the entire panel. So this is between two seams of the boxcar, two riveted seams. And what I do is I'll tape up along the seams and then airbrush it with boxcar red, the same color. And then even if it doesn't match exactly, once you weather it, you won't be able to tell the difference. So.
Bob Ainsworth said he missed the beginning of the show. Well, you told him.
That's what I was just saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was I just took it off. Like I said, it depends on the brand, how easily it comes off. You can use isopropyl alcohol. You can use acetone, or once again, I got this at the recommendation of Split Rock, Tom Split Rock, an air eraser that you get these from Harbor Freight for, it was 30 or 40 bucks. I can't remember.
I like that thing.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, you just use it with your airbrush compressor.
Yeah, I like that. Now, does it leave you got a pretty bad mess after you're done with that?
Yeah, I would do it outside, and I would do it and wear a mask. Wear an N95 mask if you're doing this, because that stuff is really fine, and you'll breathe it in.
Can you buy more of that stuff?
I'm sure you can, but I haven't had to yet.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Thomas, can you get that same stuff at Harbor Freight? I didn't see any of this stuff at Harbor Freight when I was there. I saw some other medium, but not that fine.
Yeah, it does. It looks real good. It does, Derek? It looks real good. Derek says it looks real good to him.
Well, thank you. So there's the, I said there's the number. All I've got to do is I've put the Solvaset on it. I'm just gonna gloss coat it, and then wait till that dries, and then flat coat it, and then weather the boxcar.
Thanks, Sparky. Have a safe trip, buddy.
Yep, have a safe trip, Spark. And there it is.
Fine sand is what it is, huh?
I thought it's aluminum oxide.
Aluminum oxide.
Yeah. Yeah, this stuff in here is aluminum oxide. And if you've got a large area, that's really great. Like for stripping an entire freight car or locomotive.
Yeah, I like that idea.
That stuff.
Rather than using chemicals, yeah.
Oh, it is. It's a lot faster too. It's faster.
Yeah, and then you don't have all that smell and residue in behind.
Right.
Yeah.
But there you go. That's it. That's all it takes. But as far as decal sheets, Microscale has so many different road names, and sometimes you can find the decals you need on another sheet. When I did my bicentennial locomotives, I needed a yellow star, and I needed a red surround for that yellow star. I actually got it from a U.S. military Jeep. I got the red star from, and the red surround came off of a decal sheet for MiGs. So you never know. I mean, you can find all kinds of stuff.
Thomas says the satin coat's really good for weathering.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yep, you can do that.
Flat coat after weathering.
I've actually used both. What I like about doing weathering in different ways is then you get a variety even in your weathering. So your cars don't look all the same, because cars weather differently. So depending on the type of paint, the color of paint, where they've been, all kinds of stuff. So
you don't know where to get the white data sheets? Do you have a local train store? They don't have the white decal data sheets?
Yeah, if you can't get them from a local hobby shop and can't find them on eBay, I don't like buying stuff on eBay, because sometimes the people will sell old decal sheets, and I don't like that, because they tend to crumble. So what I do is I will order them directly from Microscale. You can go to microscale.com, The only thing is they've got a $20 minimum order, so you have to order 3 or 4 sheets of decals when you order. So, but yeah, go to microscale.com and order directly from there. And you usually have them in 3 or 4 days. So, I had also, before I did this, I had put the ACI label on. Where is it? There. And then the COTS label on as well. So, but I didn't have to take anything off to put those on. So.
Dry rub on.
I don't know if we, yeah, Bob, I think it's usually about $8 or $9 for shipping. Yeah, so have in mind some decal sheets you want and order 4 of them. But the good thing is, like I said about Microscale, is they're guaranteed to be fairly fresh. They're not going to be something that's been sitting there for 10 years. Whereas you order off of eBay and you don't know for sure what you're going to get. All right, Heath, pack for Greeley. Oh, okay. So I've never even tried baking soda, Tom. So I didn't know if I've just used what's in there. So.
Oh, instead of using that aluminum, whatever it is that you got in there, he said use baking soda?
No, Tom said without modification, it won't work without baking soda.
Oh.
So, yeah, there are media blasters nowadays that you can use baking soda with, but that is not one of them.
What do you expect for what, $39?
Yeah.
Yeah. $39 when that bottle empties out, go buy another another one, you know?
Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's right, Derek. Sometimes you have to.
Yeah, you have to ask for them.
Yeah.
Like at the hobby store I go to, he has them behind the counter there. He'll ask you what you're looking for, and he brings out this box and he starts going through it, you know?
Yeah.
But there's very little that he don't have there. I'll give him that.
There's whether to or not Harry. There's your brother. Your brother showed up late.
Yeah.
So anyway, wow, this went by quickly. See, that's what I was saying. If I didn't have time to do the ends.
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah. But anyway, anybody want to promote your channels? Go ahead or promote anything. I appreciate everybody being here tonight. This was fun.
Yeah, there for a little while we've had a little over 30 people in there at one time. So
wow.
Yeah.
And then they said, "Oh, I don't want to watch that guy."
No, a lot of them are going to pack.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. A lot of them are going back. All right. See you, Roy.
Yankee Babbler only has a limited supply, he said.
That's funny. Huh.
Yankee Babbler.
I don't know if that was a typo or he did that on purpose.
Oh, no.
Well, thanks, Derek, but I meant you can promote yours if you want. Thanks, Trackside Mike. Sure thing, Bob. Glad you asked about that too. So now I'm going to have to repaint my boxcar here. Okay, well, anyway, thank you for being with us tonight, and I will see y'all next time. Remember next week to watch Dave at the Crooked River in Easton next Tuesday.
We have a fifth Tuesday this month.
The 5th.
It's going to be on my channel, and I am going to be interviewing School Kill John. So he's going to be our special guest, and I'm going to interview him. So this ought to be good, huh?
Yeah, it should be.
I have a whole list of very good on-the-spot questions for John.
Yeah, put him on the spot.
There you go.
Ask him to do your taxes.
No, I ain't going to ask no tax question. I don't want nothing to do with government on my channel.
Yeah. All right, Bob. We'll see you. See you, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night.